fact that they have been so successful, it seems, with their bombs indicates that they have prearranged targets, and I hope that one of them is not the Al Rashid Hotel.
We all certainly hope that. We had been told by some officials several weeks ago that for some of the aerial assaults that the United States and the coalition forces were planning, our hotel, because it is a major, tall, very recognizable building, was a point that the planes would come to before they turned in one direction or another. We don't know if that's true or not, but that's what some of our colleagues were told, and we've seen no signs of any airplanes around the hotel. Let me describe for you what I see out the window now. More tracer fire from the anti-aircraft guns. Another entire section of Baghdad went dark for about 2 seconds just now, and then the lights came back on, I guess, as emergency generators were turned on, or as whatever caused the lights to go out was restored. And we continue to see the tracer fire, and off in the distance we can continue to hear what may be the sound of bombs coming down, but there are no very noticeable explosions at our position. We're not being rocked and rolled by anything here by any means at the present time. Yeah, Bernie?
John, it occurs to me that this attack is going to just shake the psyches of the Baghdadis here. This is unprecedented, and I'm really anxious for daybreak to come so that we can get out and see what has been wrought here.
All right. Daybreak is only 4 hours away, and if we make it that long, we'll certainly be able to do that. I'll tell you, in my conversations, Bernie, with the people of Baghdad, they've always said, oh, we had all these rockets come in the Iran-Iraq war, and I kept telling the people who I spoke with, well, you know, the American and the coalition forces have bombs much stronger than the ones that came during the Iran-Iraq war. Oh, no, we'll be all right, they say. I have a feeling that when dawn breaks here in Baghdad, the Iraqis are going to have a whole different level of feeling and potential respect for the Allied forces. Let's check in with Atlanta just for a moment to see if they can give us some more information from any of their outposts around the world. Dave French in Washington, CNN colleagues around the network, what can you tell us?
Well, John, thank you. This is David French in Washington. The President is going to address the nation at 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be carrying that live. There will be followed by a briefing. Secretary of Defense Cheney with Joint Chiefs Man Colin Powell, General Powell, right after the President speaks. We're going now to a report from Riyadh, where our John Sweeney is waiting. Please come in.
In Riyadh, the official military information bureau is still closed. However, as of a few minutes ago, the air raid sirens in the Saudi capital went off. They're still going off at this time. We have no visual indication that any incoming artillery or missiles have arrived or indeed are on the way, but we can report that the air raid sirens are going off. The military, as I say, has been silent. About 2 hours ago, we heard a huge noise, and it was confirmed that 4 KC-135 super tankers had left the airbase. These are the planes, of course, that refuel other fighter planes and bombers, American fighter and bomber planes, over the area. So they're in the air. They also could be deployed to refuel the B-52s, which presumably could be coming from Diego Garcia, the island of Diego Garcia, although we don't know that.
John Sweeney, thank you. We're moving on now. We also heard from Charles Jaco at his point in Saudi Arabia at an undisclosed air base that there was an air raid underway and he was being taken to shelter. Richard Blystone is in Jerusalem now. Richard. Richard Blystone is standing by in Jerusalem. Probably a little difficult to hear. Richard, please come in.
I hear you fine, David. The most violent day, they say, in the history of warfare is almost an hour old, and most of Israel, I can say confidently, doesn't know anything about it. It's 2:30 in the morning here, and the streets are unnaturally quiet. The Israeli government, of course, does know about it. The Prime Minister says he has been informed. The military will be making a statement very soon. There is no sign whatever that Iraq has intends or is making good on its threat that if war breaks out, it will send missiles and or bombers against Israel. As I ran down here about a half an hour ago from my hotel to make this report, there was almost nothing moving in the streets, a couple of police cars with blue lights flashing. The radio here now is broadcasting CNN live. The Foreign Ministry also is watching CNN. A lot of people now are getting their news from CNN.
Thank you very much, Richard. And because the diplomats are there watching, and of course we want to know too, we're going to New York at the UN, where Jeannie Moos is standing by and has been copying all that we've had to say. Jeannie.
The Secretary General of the United Nations is up in his office right now watching TV. We're told 2 of his aides just went up to see him, and they speculated that perhaps the United States might ask for a meeting of the Security Council to brief and inform the members of what was going on, although that has not been requested yet. We're not sure whether it will be or not. It would be customary in this kind of situation, but I would not expect the Council to be doing anything much, because basically this action was authorized by the UN Security Council when it passed a resolution saying that countries could use all necessary means if Iraq didn't get out of